The night was cold, and the rain outside tapped against the window like impatient fingers. Inside, Maria sat alone at the edge of her bed, staring at her phone as if the glowing screen could give her answers to the questions tearing her apart. Her heart was heavy, her hands trembling, and her breath unsteady. For weeks she had felt something was wrong. The man she trusted, the man she thought she knew better than anyone, had built his world on lies. Every memory, every promise, every whispered word of love now felt poisoned. Her chest ached as if someone had carved a hole inside her, and yet she couldn't cry anymore. The tears had already been spent. What hurt most was not the betrayal itself, but the truth she was slowly uncovering, that the life she thought was real was nothing but an illusion. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of real stories, please take a moment to like this video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to our channel. Kindness never fails. Together, we can bring hope and healing into people's lives. Maria was only 24, full of dreams and innocence, when she met Daniel. He had the kind of smile that could disarm anyone, the kind of voice that seemed to promise safety, warmth, and forever. At first, life with him was everything she ever wished for. He sent her good morning messages before sunrise, brought flowers just because, and spoke of a future filled with travel, a little house, and children running barefoot in the garden. She believed him. She believed in love. She believed in them. Her friends warned her sometimes, saying things felt too perfect, too polished, too fast. But Maria's heart was young and hopeful, and when you are in love, your eyes often see what you want, not what is real. Slowly, though, shadows began to appear in her perfect picture. He stopped answering calls late at night. His explanations grew vague, and his stories sometimes changed when she asked twice. He became restless, often checking his phone and stepping outside to talk to people she never knew. Yet each time she asked, he had an answer ready, words so smooth and convincing that they melted her doubts for a while. Still, a quiet storm built in her heart. She began to feel like a stranger in her own relationship. She started questioning herself. Was she paranoid? Was she too insecure? Was she the problem? And in that doubt, Daniel's lies grew roots, strong and deep. The breaking point came one afternoon when Maria, exhausted from sleepless nights, picked up his jacket from the couch to hang it. A folded paper slipped out of the pocket. Her hands froze as she unfolded it. It wasn't a love note, not a receipt, not something harmless. It was a hotel reservation for 2 people, booked for a weekend he had told her he would be away on business. The room was for 2, the date was soon, and the name on the second guest was not hers. Her blood ran cold, her vision blurred, and her knees buckled under the weight of the truth. The man she thought was her safe place had become the source of her deepest wound. Yet in her silence, something else began to grow, a voice inside her, faint but steady, telling her she deserved better, telling her that love built on lies was not love at all. Confronting him was not dramatic like in movies. It was quiet, almost too quiet. She looked at him one evening, her hands trembling but her eyes strong, and told him she knew. She told him she had seen the paper, seen the truth. His face shifted, first shock, then excuses, then anger. He tried to twist the story, tried to make her doubt herself again, but this time she did not. The truth was too clear, the pain too sharp. In that moment, Maria realized something powerful. Lies are loud, but truth is stronger. She walked away from him that night, not because her heart didn't ache, but because it finally remembered its worth. The journey after was not easy. Nights felt endless, mornings heavy. Sometimes she wanted to run back, to believe the lie again just so the loneliness would end. But little by little, Maria rebuilt herself. She started writing in her journal, pouring out pain onto paper instead of letting it rot inside her. She began walking outside, letting fresh air and sunlight touch the places inside her that had been locked away. She spoke to her closest friends, and their words became stitches to her broken soul. Slowly, she found herself again, not the girl who believed in Daniel's lies, but the woman who had the courage to walk away from them. Months later, Maria stood in front of the mirror and saw a different reflection. She wasn't the same fragile girl staring at her phone in fear. Her eyes carried strength, her smile carried resilience, and her heart carried scars, but also wisdom. She realized that the truth behind his lies had broken her, yes, but it had also freed her. It freed her from illusions, from manipulation, from living in a story that was never hers. She now knew that real love is not built on secrecy, not fed by deception, and not held together by fragile lies. Real love is honest, kind, and patient. And one day, she believed, she would find it again. Her story is a reminder to all who listen. Sometimes lies can sound like love, but the truth always reveals itself. And when it does, you have the power to choose yourself, to choose healing, and to choose life beyond the pain. That if this story touched your heart, please support us by liking this video, subscribing to Kindness Never Fails, and sharing it with someone who may need courage today. Together, we can remind the world that even broken hearts can heal, and every ending can become a new beginning. Special request: comment below with the words, "I choose truth," if this story inspired you.